Michigan State will kick things off up top. Mackenzie Anthony, 4 goals and 3 assists. The grad transfer from Baylor, set to kick things off for the Spartans, and she does. These first 5 minutes so critical to setting a tone for the game. Coaches always so focused on these high five, first 5 minutes of each half, last 5 minutes, and the 5 minutes after each goal. Michigan State with a throw on the far side, trying to put their mark on the game. Gets the edge, cross across the box, and some danger. It is just saved. Michigan State players asking for a review, and we will go to a review.
Yeah, I immediately looked at the referee on the side to get a good feel to see if they had any view of that look at all, but referee kept the flag down. We're going to VAR.
It certainly looked close from up here. Obviously, we don't have a precise end line angle on the broadcast, but it looked at minimum very close to crossing that line. You see on the replay here, nice job getting edge. Tries to clear, and bouncing by the end line. The keeper makes the attempt. Bodmer is there, but that one could be dangerous. We could be seeing the Spartans up within the first minute. And it is ruled a goal. Michigan State is in the lead just a minute into this one.
Wow.
Plenty of time. Come on.
Plenty of time in this game. Definitely a chance for Rutgers to really get into this, but wow. Early goal.
And Michigan State does come in the more high-flying offense, more than 2 goals a game. Rutgers just under a goal and a half. Also really leading in terms of chance creation, and even larger margin in terms of XG. And now Rutgers will be playing from behind as the Spartans go up 1-0 on the Renee Watson cross that Rutgers just couldn't quite deal with in their own 6-yard box.
Yeah, Claire Hamill just couldn't get her feet right, and the ball just happened to trickle in. Really unfortunate for Rutgers, but they'll definitely be looking to build into this first half more, find their feet, and try to at least tie this game before halftime.
A lot of time left in this one. We talked about teams dealing with that first 5 minutes of the game. How will they deal with that chaos of the opening goal? How will they respond? We're seeing Rutgers maybe with a little bit more urgency, both these teams continuing to battle.
Yeah, forget the first 5 minutes. That was the first minute. And that is just not, as we mentioned earlier, that's not the start that Rutgers wanted to see. It is a great start for Michigan State to not only be on that pedal right away, but force Rutgers into a tough mistake and to concede the goal.
Where do you belong, Claire?
Rutgers trying to get it forward for Tiernan. The second team All Big Ten forward, number 73. Longtime leader in that Rutgers front line.
Come on, left.
Michigan State staying pretty high in their defensive shape, trying to force Rutgers into some uncomfortable decisions early.
Lines connected, Mace.
Well, I think Michigan State also realized that Rutgers are going to be super aggressive in these next 5 minutes after a goal, seeing if they can quickly turn the tide back in their direction and tie this game up.
Throw for Rutgers on that far side.
Sid, go a little higher. Claire, sit in another pivot. Come on, Claire. Open. Strong on the ball. Join the game. Middies, join the game.
Some battles on that far side. Michigan State trying to head the other way.
Easy. Claire, drop. Hey, drop a little bit.
Rutgers just have not been able to find their footing yet in this game, and Michigan State has a good chance here as the ball goes out wide.
Beerworth working end line. Into the box, it's deflected and eventually cleared. As you mentioned, Phoenix, Michigan State playing with a lot of confidence early.
Yeah, when you score in the first minute, I would play with a lot of confidence too. So I think Michigan State has all the right to keep pressing and to try to bag a second one here.
Beerworth, 4 assists on the season. Can she get another one? Well played into the box. Follow-up chance. Nice defensive positioning by Rutgers to block that one. That was Patricia Sokos.
Yeah, Bella Najir had an opportunity too, but it just skid off her foot. Not quite the touch that she wanted on it, and Rutgers has a great opportunity here.
Out on the run. Tiernan has a runner. Can she find her? Yes, into the box. What a shot. It's just high. Barron with an opportunity. A really nice job keeping that run disciplined.
Yes, kept herself behind the line. Didn't want to be called off sides, but she definitely wants that finish back. You can see it just skid off the foot with that little bounce and sails right over.
Such a nice pass and even a pretty solid shot attempt, but as you said, sails high. Now Michigan State will reset.
Come on, G!
That was really the first time we've seen Michigan State on their heels, and very sudden too. Rutgers was able to get the counterattack and really push.
Yeah, Barron has 4 goals and an assist on the season. Wanted her 5th there, not quite able to get it. Can they get it now? No. Big save by Parks. Parks with an .848 save percentage. She's going to be so hard for Rutgers to get by.
Good early save for Parks just to get herself into this game. Obviously, Michigan State's got the lead, but the defense has to hold up to preserve it.
You got it, Claire. You and Barron! Front foot, find her feet. Step, Claire!
Rutgers trying to find an opportunity. They're possessing in their final third. Tiernan.
I was going to say the referees had to let them play with a little contact here today.
Tiernan with the turn. Trying to get the cross. Has some space across the box, and now a follow-up chance. Sokos recycles back to the back line.
Rutgers, since that chance, they have just been able to keep that offensive pressure on Michigan State, putting them on the back heel. A real flip in the drive and the force of how this game has been going.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Again! Riley, turn! Ash, go! Go, Ash! Go! 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 Go, make it, Riley!
Rutgers with some press of their own. Michigan State with a throw in their own third.
Michigan State's been handling the pressure well, but there are times where it gets to them a little bit. That's if the pressure's too hard, though, and then it turns into a foul. That is not what you want from this Rutgers team. You want to keep the pressure high, but not concede those essentially free kicks in the Michigan State defense.
Yeah, both these teams fairly high, both top third in the Big Ten in terms of fouls. So don't be surprised if we see a decent amount of these set pieces throughout the game. Now Tiernan with it for Gearin. And it's in! Gia Gearman ties it up for Rutgers.
Tiernan, we've said her name time and time again. Tiernan is not only a shooting threat, but she is an amazing passing threat, and that was a great example of that. Look at the replay. You could see she was able to evade the defense. She found the open ball and was able to turn defense and high pressure into offense, and a stellar goal to tie this game up.
A quick counterattack from Rutgers. Gia Gearman is on the run, and the senior from Hamilton, New Jersey plays hero, equalizing for Rutgers in the 31st minute. We are all locked up in Big Ten tournament play.
We talked about how Rutgers were on that doorstep, getting those chances and getting those balls in, and we mentioned one ball goes the right way, that could turn into a goal. That is exactly what has happened with this game today with Rutgers.
Yeah, they found their moment to get into a bit of a press, and it paid off for them immediately. Still plenty of soccer to play. Tied 1-1 here at Elizabeth Lowry Robbie Stadium in Minnesota. A couple subs have come on for Rutgers. It looked like Riley McGlynn and Kylie Daigle both came on for the Scarlet Knights. Number 6 and number 8.
Yeah, midfielder and a forward for some changes. I think Rutgers, obviously they got the chance, they got the goal. They want to get more though. They freshen up their legs up front, they freshen up their legs in the midfield, and they're going to look to add to that tally that they have.
Scoring for Rutgers in the 31st minute. Number 2, Gia Gearman. Assisted by number 73, Riley Tiernan.
Tiernan's 10th assist on the season. Gearman's 2nd goal.
Riley, great job, kid.
Yeah, double-digit numbers. She's finally hit it, and with reason. And that spectator right there, great punch with the ball. Saw the ball coming in, gonna hit someone next to him. He said, not today. Punches it out. He could be a goalie for sure.
Ball right into the stands again. Rutgers with the throw.
This time it just hit the guy. Fans gotta watch out, because these balls are flying into the stands right now.
It's easy for us to say, we're safe behind the windows, Phoenix.
Hey, all I gotta say is one of these players can definitely kick a ball up here if they're trying to.
Michigan State surveying, trying to get downfield. Nice defense from Rutgers. Michigan State throw.
Patty, watch the weed. Jay, hold.
A couple more subs set to come on for Michigan State at the next reset. Taya Jorth and Emily Matthews.
Focus, are you? There it is. Pull it in, Rob. Pull it in. Just like that.
Tiernan, some good hold-up play, trying to turn the corner and get down line. Wow, a lot of contact there. It's actually whistled against Tiernan. And if you couldn't see, the official is saying it's because she grabbed the Michigan State defender's jersey.
Yeah, they're saying you saw, for those who were able to see, he grabbed the shoulder. He was saying there was a tug there that sends this ball for Michigan State to get the free kick.
Yeah, I think at first glance, it probably looked the other way, at least to my eye. But from the official's angle, he could see that Tiernan happened to grab that shirt. So,
and that's kind of the trend with everything. The referee is going to have the best angle, and what we see up here behind a nice protective glass is going to be a lot different than what the referee sees right in front of the play on the field.
Well done, Slayer. Yes, Shay. Still you guys.
Michigan State, follow-up chance. Remini Tillotson, not quite able to find the seam. Some hold to play again for Tiernan.
Look at Riley McGlynn.
Another battle with Belli.
Easy. Attack Shay. Patty's coming.
Shayla Bradley.
Organize inside. Drop. Inside. Kylie, you can. Kylie, the ton. Closely with.
Hughes on that far side.
Stop. Kylie, step. Step out, are you? Sid, hold. Yes, down. Watch your runners. Posted behind
Michigan
you.
State
Come on, Mason.
trying to get end line. It goes out for a Rutgers goal kick. So we will have those changes. We mentioned Taya Jorth and Emily Matthews for Michigan State. Michaela Mandler on for Rutgers.
Also number 3, Taya Jorth, replacing number 15, Julia.
You could see at the end of the play, right before these substitutions, there was a little shout from Michigan State to get a foul call there, but the ref didn't see enough contact, and he's let these substitutions go through and a free kick and a, goal kick for Rutgers.
Riley, where you belong. Posty, where you belong.
Yeah, we mentioned both of these teams towards the top of the Big Ten in terms of fouls, so there's going to be a lot of those judgment calls from the official. We're taking a moment here. The official speaking to Rutgers head coach Mike O'Neill, just letting him know maybe to tone down the conversation from the Rutgers bench just a bit, giving that verbal warning here in the first half.
Yep, that lines up exactly with protocol for any referee. Give a warning first. It could lead to a yellow card if he keeps it going. But I think the Rutgers head coach got the deal, read the room. Hopefully things quiet down. I actually heard the ref say that he respects him, thinks he's a great guy. We just got to tone it down a bit.
Shayla Bradley not quite able to get on the end of that ball. I mentioned head coach Mike McNeil was getting that verbal warning from the official in his 11th season at Rutgers. He's had a lot of success there leading the Scarlet Knights. They've been a contender in the Big Ten essentially that entire stretch, particularly in the last handful of years. Michigan State in their 4th season under head coach Jeff Hostler. They've been in the Big Ten tournament each of those 4 seasons. Prior to him being there, MSU actually hadn't finished in the top 5 since 2011. And they've had 4 straight top 4 finishes under Hostler.
Yeah, Hostler's really been able to flip this program around. In the past, Michigan State really struggled in Big Ten play. You know, the likes of teams here in Minnesota not that long ago would beat them 5-0, 6-0, but now they're a very competitive team in the Big Ten and probably going to be so in the NCAA tournament when that comes around.
Yep, Rutgers with the set piece, an initial clearance from Michigan State. Hostler, prior to leading Michigan State, was the head coach at D2 powerhouse Grand Valley State. If you want a degrees of separation connection, the head coach down at Iowa, even before that, was the head coach at Grand Valley State. So some GLIAC D2 connections in Minnesota this weekend.
I remember talking about this last time when Minnesota played Iowa, and again, I still have the same question. Who is the head coach of Grand Valley right now? Because I'd like to make a bet that there'll be a Big Ten coach in the next few years.
Coaching in the Big Ten eventually, we'll see.
I mean, if the trend continues.
Some contact there. Rutgers whistled for the foul. Michigan State will reset.
2 hands in the back. Tiernan, obviously, again, you want to keep that pressure, but look at that. Right in the back, extends the arms. That is a textbook pushing foul.
Times you can see those calls miss only because her body was between the official and the extended arm, but just a little too obvious, like you mentioned, Phoenix, and so it does get whistled there. And now Parks will take the set piece, the reset.
I also think at this level, the assistant referees, they all have communication. Assistant referees and the 4th official, who's in the middle of the field, have different perspectives that can help give the referee in the middle extra input to make those calls right.
Yeah, it's part of why you see the head coaches so consistently lobbying the 4th official at the midway point in the field. And that happens to be right where our field mics are, so we tend to hear those conversations.
Yes, we do. I will say the 4th official also has a headset, so they can also talk with that center ref, and both of these head coaches here today know that.
Some contact there, again, no whistle. Rutgers on the follow-up. Shayla Bradley sends it out wide. Sokos. A big attempt, but Parks is there.
Sokos had the space to take the shot, and by all means, you should take it. Just unfortunately for her, probably not where she wanted it to end up, and just a real easy grab for Parks.
Yeah, that 848 save percentage. Parks is just so hard to beat. Gonna really have to place those shots.
Yeah, gonna have to be a tougher shot than that.
Come on, Riley! Yes, Nick! Time! Time to go, guys! Get around there, Riley!
Into the box, but no runners there. So it's out for a Michigan State goal kick. Just 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Tied 0-0. See there, look at Rutgers head coach Mike O'Neill. An impressive record in his 11th season out there. Also is a big presence in the club scene out in the New Jersey area.
So what I'm hearing is he's a real New Jersey guy through and through. Got his big club team, been at Rutgers for 11 years.
Into the box and just saved wide. Rutgers feeling dangerous in these closing moments. Parks has to clear it out for a corner.
Great save by Parks. That is a low shot. Isn't easy to get at, but she's able to follow the ball, tip it out. I thought it was going in, but she had a great hand to force the corner.
Definitely felt dangerous. Now Tiernan standing over another corner for the Scarlet Knights. Already notched an assist earlier in the first half. Driven to that far post. Nice clearance by the Michigan State defense. And a whistle against Rutgers, so Michigan State will restart.
Probably just a little too much contact there in the box, and the referee saw something he didn't like, and the whistle blows.
3 more subs going to be coming on for Michigan State at the next reset. Amy Hallier, Ella Jans, and Adele Francis. We mentioned 20 different Spartan players with either a goal or an assist on the season, and part of that is because so many see the field. They clearly are running that high press, that high energy system, and trying to cycle players in, keep those legs fresh.
When the system is cohesive and everyone understands how to play their role, it's a really good benefiting factor to have all these players that you can bring up off the bench and deliver that same quality that your starters can.
Yep, and Rutgers gets the benefit of that there. Their press has been locked in the last several minutes. They force another corner. Now Tiernan standing over it once again.
No counter again, everybody in front of you.
Driven to the far post, top of the 6. A great header, but it's just high. And those 3 changes coming in for Michigan State.
Allie Post flew in from the top of the 18-yard box and was just able to get that glancing header, but the header just couldn't get her head under the ball, and that header goes too high and over the crossbar.
4 goals and 2 assists on the season for Post, and so dangerous in this moment. See on the replay, great job getting to it. It's just high, almost had her 5th of the season. The 5'10" junior from Mountainside, New Jersey.
Yeah, you could see in the replay she was trying to get that header down, but just didn't have the height in her jump to get over the ball and keep it down.
Yeah, and a really well-placed corner right at the top of that 6. Just out of the zone where Parks would feel comfortable coming out and saving it herself.
Again, Tiernan has double-digit assists for a reason, and that is a perfect example of that.
Rutgers continuing to pressure. And once again, it earns them possession. They have a throw deep in the attacking third. Just 3 minutes to go in this one. Still tied 1-1.
These last 5 minutes, this pressure has been so stifling for this Michigan State defense, and they really have been able to handle it too well. And that's a push. A little too much contact. You could see the arm extend all the way from up here, and the referee is going to call that.
Well done, Mick.
Yeah, Michigan State has been trying to stay in their principles and be willing to play from the back. But these last few minutes show the risks there as Rutgers pressures high. Forces some of these misplayed balls. Now Michigan State trying to go downfield. Wickus. Nice job by Banks to shield it out. She's the Sportsmanship Team Award winner from Rutgers. Another change for Michigan State, Allie Marin.
Checking in, number 17, Allie Marin.
Coming on for Gabby Mueller, Michigan State's Sportsmanship Team Award winner. 2 minutes to go here. Rutgers restarting all the way from the back.
Something I want to highlight with this half is that Michigan State has had 1 shot on goal, and that 1 shot on goal was in the first minute and it's turned into their only goal so far. Compare that to a Rutgers team who has 7 shots on goal already, and you can kind of see how the pressure has changed. Michigan State got that early goal, but since then, Rutgers have really put the pedal to the metal and have gotten those chances in against Rutgers.
Yeah, bit by bit, Rutgers has taken more control of possession. Michigan State absolutely felt more dangerous early. And since then, it's really flipped the script. You're right, Phoenix. Now Michigan State seeing if they can turn the tables once again in the final 90 seconds, trying to get a chance on goal. Official says play on. Remini Tillotson into the box. Nice cross. Has runners. Follow-up chance.
Organize! That's us! Hey, you gotta cut
Out wide again. Driven, top of the 6, not quite enough on it. So Bodmer is there.
I feel like that's the first kind of sustained Michigan State pressure that we've seen in a long time.
Look there at Michigan State head coach Jeff Hostler in his 4th season with the program. That .714 win percentage, so impressive from the Spartans.
Come on, Kai! In! Come on, Posty!
Yeah, it's super strong for a head coach who are really the first 4 years are kind of building stones. You're building your recruits up to be seniors, to be juniors, upperclassmen. And I think it's really showed how well Michigan State has been able to turn around their program in these past few seasons.
Continued to be a threat at the top of the table. And now trying to see in these closing seconds of the first half if they can claim a lead. Still tied 1-1.
Come on!
10,
Good attempt there to flick, just didn't quite go their way they wanted it to.
6,
Last-ditch effort. Rutgers
3,
whistled for a foul.
1.
But instead, the clock will tick down. We will enter halftime, tied 1-1. Michigan State with that opening goal in the first minute. Rutgers able to battle back and equalize. They've been making their voices heard, not just in support of their teammates. They've also been doing some active lobbying of the officials. And now we're underway in the second half. Tiernan starts things off for Rutgers. They will reset from the back. Early contact, Rutgers with the free kick.
Early foul, and there we see the aggression that we were wondering, are we going to see it again? And there we go, 15 seconds in, we already get a first foul.
Yep, both these teams toward the top in the Big Ten in terms of fouls, so don't be surprised if we can continue to see that physicality in the second 45. Another whistle there, Rutgers with another free kick. Also a reminder, if we do end up tied at the end of regulation, extra time is 2 10-minute periods where any goal is an instant game winner, golden goal for whoever is able to score. But should you end extra time scoreless, we then go to penalty kicks.
I love the golden goal rule. It just makes everything so entertaining because, yes, there's 20 minutes, but it could end in the first if you time it well.
Shayla Bradley into the box, and it's cleared out for a corner. So another set-piece chance for Rutgers early in the second half.
4th corner for Rutgers, and Michigan State still has none as of right now. And I think that just kind of highlights how these two teams have been playing going into this game today.
Especially interesting because during conference play, Rutgers was 15th in the conference. Michigan State was tops, and so definitely going against the grain today. Tiernan into the box. Michigan State able to get the initial touch. And they're going downhill.
You got it, ball.
Rutgers gets the throw right in front of the Michigan State bench.
Great job by Emily Mason to not only put the foot in, but also make it bounce off a Michigan State player and get the throw in for Rutgers.
Come on, Gia!
Down line for Rutgers, but it goes out for a Michigan State throw. Watson to take it. Watson.
Come on. Go back, go!
Some dangerous contact from behind. It looks like Banks is the player for Rutgers who went down. That one was definitely challenging. Just a verbal warning and a foul you see on the replay here. Wouldn't have been surprised to see that one earn a yellow, to be honest.
Yeah, and Mackenzie Anthony just a little too aggressive there. You could see on the replay, she didn't get the ball. She went through the player. Player got a hard hit. Looks like Banks is getting up okay, but yeah, that is a hard foul. That hurts for anyone on the field.
I guess it's possible what saved Anthony is just that the official maybe viewed the challenge as coming in from the side versus from behind. And so no card there, Rutgers resets.
Also, it was her first foul of the game. So perhaps that discretion was given just to, you know, let them know, like, hey, that's your first one, but we can't keep keeping that going throughout this game today.
Yeah, the next one may not be as so kind. Tiernan with an attempt, but it's wide.
Get your shape! Attack the space, are you?
Beautiful sunny day for soccer for the Big Ten tournament here at Elizabeth Lau Robbie Stadium. So happy to have you all here for the opening 6 matches of Big Ten tournament play. We mentioned earlier the semifinal matches and the final will be played at City Park down in St. Louis.
Gotta say, today is a lot better day than what it was just a couple days ago. And I think it is a beautiful field and a beautiful weather to play some great soccer.
Yep, great venue to showcase these players. Watson with it. Nice step, earns the foul. And Michigan State will have a set piece from very dangerous territory. Renee Watson forced that opening goal for Michigan State and sets up a great set piece here.
Yeah, you can see just, great move by Watson. Forces the defender to stick a foot out, and you could just see on that replay, nice and clear, clipping the feet, getting the foul.
Well earned by Watson, and now she gets a chance to serve in the free kick.
I'll take your wall if you want to go more central.
2 players in the wall for Rutgers. Mostly player marking on the back.
Don't forget the sun in this situation. You could see the keeper.
Right in Bodmer's eyes. Doesn't have to deal with it there. Michigan State into the box once again, but the initial ball is cleared. Michigan State downhill. Out wide, but just a little bit too much on it. Yeah, as you mentioned, Phoenix, if folks have never been to Elizabeth Lau Robbie Stadium before, the shadow on the field gives you at least a very rough idea of the stadium. We're on this side with all the fans, and a nice, comfortable press box where we are standing is casting that elevated shadow. It's about to put shade in Bodmer's eye line as soon as the sun drifts a little bit more.
Yeah, you can literally see the giant silhouette that is our very lovely press box here at ELR, covering a big portion of the field, and it's only going to get bigger as this sun continues to set.
And now Rutgers with a throw right in front of their own bench. Once again.
Well done, Jake. Stay. Hey, turn.
Some contact there is whistled, so Michigan State resets quickly.
Great job by Rutgers just to understand, hey, they're playing the quick ball here to reset and position the defense well enough to at least remedy that free kick opportunity.
Yeah, a lot of urgency from both of these squads, bordering on a little bit of frantic energy as teams try to settle in to a run of play. This one goes out, and it appears Michigan State has earned the corner. Watson will take it once again.
To the discretion of some of the Rutgers bench and the fans here at Elizabeth Lau Robbie.
Top of the box. Watson with the follow-up chance into the 6. It's cleared, but there's another opportunity. Nice defense by Rutgers to force it out. Meg Hughes had that ball into 18. She's so lethal. 7 goals, 5 assists on the year. Now Michigan State with the throw.
I don't remember any time seeing the ball bounce around like that in the Rutgers box, with Michigan State having that much pressure in the first half. A real turnaround from what we've seen from this Michigan State team.
Whistled for a Rutgers throw. Mueller, top of the 18. Takes an attempt, but it's blocked. Looked like Emily Mason, a first-team All-Big Ten defender. A little bit of deflection there, but Bodmer able to scoop it up.
Yeah, great job by Meg Hughes to get the header off, but you could just see that kind of the smoke was taken out of the ball by Banks, who was able to get a little tip and an easy pickup for Bodmer to just avoid the opportunity.
Off alley, G. Easy.
Zokos not able to keep it in. Michigan State with the throw.
Just a little careless from Sokos. You could see it on her face. That was not how she wanted that to go. And hopefully next opportunity she'll remedy the ship, not have to worry about that happening again.
Watson with the throw. Anthony surrounded by Rutgers defenders, and now Rutgers able to get the initial clearance at least. Michigan State recycling out the back. Gainer. Michigan State being very diligent to try and pin this ball in the attacking half. Rutgers desperate to clear it out. A lot of tangled legs in the opening minutes of the second half as we approach the 55th minute, still tied 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of bodies falling and a lot of fouls being called so far. Michigan State took too big of a touch there. It turned into an opportunity for Rutgers to turn defense into offense, but the foul was committed and Rutgers gets a free kick in the middle of the field.
Rutgers to the top of the 18. Tiernan there. Watson with a clearance. Yeah, we've seen a lot of those fouls called. I wonder if we'll start to see some yellows, just because you continue to see a lot of gray area activity out there. Sub for Michigan State.
Yeah, something to watch for is that even if a player, it might be their first foul of the game, but if the team has committed so many fouls, they start carding people just to say like, hey, Michigan State, Rutgers, we gotta call it down on the fouls.
Especially because a lot of these sort of tangled legs just give me so much fear about twisted knees and leg injuries. And so you always hate to see it, want these players to be able to continue healthy through postseason play. Michigan State with the throw.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get my knees tangled or twisted. That hurts. I sprained my ankle and I was in like a boot for a little bit.
Barron. Tiernan also pressuring. Tiernan finds a window and attempt, but it's just off frame.
Get your sheep! Get your sheep, sir!
Parks will have the goal kick. 6 saves on the game, not tasked with one on that attempt.
Come on, are you?
And I think a key thing to highlight is no saves yet in this half. She has not been pressured in the same way she was in this first half of this game. And it just shows how the dynamic has changed, how both of these teams got out of halftime and how they've developed into this.
Yeah, Michigan State repeating their first half performance where they really dictated play early. We'll see if Rutgers can do the same and swing the momentum. Spartans trying to get downhill on the counter. Got Watson out wide. They do send it to her. Nice defense by Rutgers. But now Michigan State, follow-up opportunity. Hughes with it. Big steal by the Rutgers defense. Michigan State recycles out the back. Illig.
Good job by Rutgers just to force the ball back, force Michigan State to do a reset, and kind of mitigate this offensive pressure that they've been seeing pretty consistently for the past 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, they've established themselves a little farther upfield to stop Michigan State from so many of those final third touches. Another change for Michigan State as Mimi Hallier comes on.
Number 2, Sophia Beerworth.
Should give Sophia Beerworth a break.
Yeah, Hallier came on in the first half for only a couple minutes. So it's interesting to see kind of the change in tactics a little bit. Bring on Hallier earlier, see what she can do to this team, maybe help build things out for Michigan State.
Yep, clearly the staff making a little bit of judgment on who to work in this second half. A little different than the first. Michigan State throws it into the box, seeing if they can create some danger. And now, nice clearance, a clutch clearance by Rutgers.
Got to give your props to Emily Mason in the right place at the right time, and she was able to clear that ball and prevent a really good opportunity for Michigan State to get a goal here.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
We'll say they already have 4 in the second, so that kind of compares to their tactics into the second half.
Yep, interesting to see how these teams grapple with their rotations in postseason play. May have to stretch all the way into extra time, so just something teams don't have to grapple with. For those who aren't aware, regular season games no longer go into overtime or extra time, so a little bit of a change come tournament time. As we approach the 75th minute, tied 1-1. Michigan State scored in that opening minute. Rutgers able to equalize later in that first half. No goals so far in the second.
You got it, bro. That's okay.
As we start to get into these last 15 minutes of the game, we're really hitting the business end. If either of these teams score within this next 5-minute chunk, you are really putting your opponent on their back heel. You are saying, hey, we get a goal, now you do it in 10 minutes. And I think both of these teams are weighing their options of how they can get this goal late on in the game, similar to what we saw in the regular season game.
Yeah, how risky are you willing to be to put yourself in position if it means exposing yourself to a chance from the opponent? A few subs for Rutgers.
Yeah, the more players you bring forward, the more risk that comes with it.
Checking in, number 20, Claire Hamill, replacing number 57,
Gearman,
Riley
Behrman.
Morris. Number 17, Ashley
Barron, excuse me.
replacing number 6, Riley McGlynn. And number 2, Gia Gearman, replacing number 8, Kylie Daigle.
I was going to say, there's a lot of mans at first.
Well, we've got a Ferrari and a Pravratsky on the mic, so a regular sounding name is going to sound strange to us, of course.
Of course, of course.
3 changes for Rutgers as they go to their bench. Michigan State trying to create an opportunity. Top of the box, deflected by Mandler.
Step out, Paul. Inside me. Inside me. Watch. Hey, Cash got 2 me. Hey, Sheila, behind you. Step out. Step out. It's a sheep.
Watson.
Go inside dribble.
Nice footwork.
Come on, Posty.
Tried to chip it over the Rutgers player, now having to reset on this near side. Out for a Michigan State throw. That one is whistled, so Michigan State will have a set piece in similar territory, a few different free kicks from this sort of near corner space.
The referee paints a whole circle, letting you know exactly where to put the ball so that there's no confusion. And only a 1-person wall to try to deal with this free kick here. I think Rutgers knows that Michigan State's really piling the box, and they're going to have to match it with their own players.
Toward the top of the 6, it's headed. Bodmer is there, and it's cleared. What a clutch save by Olivia Bodmer. Now Watson, a follow-up chance. Nice defense by Rutgers. There was some real danger in that set piece.
That was a low header. Bodmer had to react super quickly. We haven't called her name very often, but that was a great save by Bodmer in the moment, and a clearance by the defense to avoid the chance.
See there, sent across the box, great header. And the shin save by Bodmer, and the follow-up clearance, I believe from post. Sub for Michigan State after. Illig comes on. Excuse me, Illig comes off. Belli replaces her. Another chance for Michigan State. This one out for a corner, so the Spartans have another opportunity. Watson jogging over to take it once again.
We talked about the momentum that Rutgers have in the first half. Michigan State has the momentum right now.
Absolutely in control of play. 78th minute, Watson set to take the corner for Michigan State.
You see that stat on the screen. That's why we were so surprised of how few corners there were in the first half out of Michigan State.
Lead the Big Ten in corners, and now they take another toward the PK spot. Glanced just wide. Now a follow-up chance. They'll settle for the throw.
Yeah, a little bit of a whiffed clearance there. Lets the ball settle, but just doesn't quite get the footing that she wants, and it goes out for a Michigan State throw in a dangerous spot.
Watson comes all the way over from that right side. She'll take the throw after attempting the corner. Wickus defended well by Rutgers. And Wickus is whistled for the foul. Two more subs for Rutgers. Sydney Urban and Kylie Daigle will come on, but not until the next change. Emily Mason takes it for Rutgers.
Find feet. Find the next feet.
Zokos not quite able to clear, so now Michigan State.
Yeah, at this game, in this tournament, those types of mistakes are not what you want, especially this late on.
Allier blocked. Rutgers able to avoid the corner, so a throw on the far side from Hallier. Under 10 minutes to go here. Banks with the clearance. Michigan State trying to pin it in the attacking half. Nice job by McPherson. Into the box, initial clearance, but Michigan State will gather it. They'll again settle for a throw.
Michigan State has done so well keeping the ball in Rutgers' half, not letting the ball go too far back, and even when it is in their own end, they're just resetting. They're resetting to go back into Rutgers' end and keep the pressure on.
Belli with it again. Yeah, as you mentioned, Michigan State has controlled the run of play, but so far in the second half, nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Still tied 1-1. Nice block by Post. Parks forced to clear it long.
Good ball by Parks, but not the right header, and Rutgers might have a chance here to just get something going offensively with these subs that are coming on.
Three more changes. We mentioned Daigle and Urban. Also Morris coming back on.
Number 9, Sydney Urban, checking in for number 23, Michaela Mandler. And number 57, Riley Morris, replacing number 20, Claire Himmel.
Come on, are you? Patty, Patty, in the bed.
Deep breath, close, deep breath.
Subs complete, subs complete.
Rutgers with a throw.
Hey!
Tiernan not quite able to make the turn. And eventually Rutgers is whistled for the foul. Shayla Bradley
Turn the face now, are you?
with the contact there.
Yeah.
Michigan State will reset.
It's just not what you want to see. You get the chance to develop your offense a little bit, and you give up a foul really early on, and that just gives the momentum back to Michigan State. Now they have the ball again. They can play the game that they want to.
Parks out wide for Watson.
Don't let him inside.
Some nice passing and build-up play for Michigan State. Now getting downhill. Anthony out wide for Watson with a chance and a clutch block by Cassidy Banks. That is a huge play. Watson with a chance near post. Another look here. Great pass out wide by Anthony. Watson had it. And out of nowhere, Banks with the goal-saving block.
Absolutely amazing defense by Banks there. I didn't even see her coming until right at that last second, and neither did Watson, and it turns into a corner for Michigan State.
Watson serves in the corner, across the 6, and headed over frame. Rutgers will reset.
Michigan State, yes, you haven't gotten the goal yet, but you should feel good about how your team has been playing in the second half, keeping the pressure on this great Rutgers defense. Eventually, you just assume that something will go their way.
Keep us organized.
Yeah, they've continued to knock at the door. Will they be able to get on the scoreboard before overtime? Just under 7 minutes to go here, still tied 1-1.
Yeah, they've continued to knock on the door, but Rutgers has locked the door. They can't get in right now. And we'll see if perhaps they can get their way in later. Something I want to highlight with this game, there has not been one card yet. Throughout all the fouls and all the hits, just like this one right here, there has not been a single yellow card handed out to anybody.
Yeah, McPherson catches the leg of the Rutgers player there, and it is whistled, but as you mentioned, Phoenix, just not seeing those cautions. And the foul calls alone aren't really gonna deter much of that physical contact until you start throwing out some yellows.
I feel like the person who's most likely to get a yellow card was the Rutgers head coach. He's probably been the closest based off of how this referee has handled this game today.
He at least got that verbal warning in the first half. Now Rutgers with the throw. Morris taking it. Some danger still bouncing around the box. Can Rutgers get a chance on goal? And that one goes wide for the Michigan State goal kick. One more change. Meg Hughes, star forward for Michigan State, second team All Big Ten. She'll come back on for Kenzie Anthony.
Good tactics by Michigan State. Give the player the rest. Meg Hughes has been a name you have called on time and time again this season. She's rested. She's ready to play these last 5 minutes to the utmost of her ability.
The grad student has started her college career at Providence. Now a dangerous part of this Spartan attack. That one is whistled against Michigan State once again. Wickus called for that, so Rutgers will reset. You see on the replay. Banks does a nice job shielding it.
Let's go, one shot.
Contact again, sort of a mixture of from the side and from behind. Still no yellow cards in this game, despite the high foul count.
Yeah, that replay right there is a perfect example of going through the player to try to get the ball. Obviously, Wickus is trying to get the ball, but somebody just happens to be in between, and that's going to be a foul any day of the week.
Riley, tuck it in.
Gearman whistled for that contact with Hallier. Rutgers bench not happy, but you can see on the replay here, just going hard into the ball, a little bit of that arm extension that we've seen today, so that's going to be whistled.
As a referee, I've reffed a lot of games in my time. That's exactly what you look for in those moments, some arm extension.
And we talked about the lack of cautions. We do see our first on the day. I believe that was against Shayla Bradley, number 3. So Michigan State with the set piece. 4 minutes ago in this one, still tied. See there, just a lot of leg. And I think we've seen harder fouls than that, but as you mentioned earlier, Phoenix, just the repetition is usually what leads to some of these as well.
After 86 minutes, the referee has decided to pull the cards out of his pocket. And yes, absolutely. I think that was just a matter of repetition. Definitely an attempt at the ball, but completely misses it, gets the player, and gets the yellow card.
And now Michigan State resetting right at midfield. They've spent so much time in this attacking half, nothing yet to show for it on the scoreboard. Still 1-1, less than 4 minutes to go. We'll make a couple more changes. Najera and Illig come back in for the Spartans. They'll replace Marin.
17, Allie Marin. And number 23, Bella Najera. Replacing number 22, Ella Jans.
Jans as well coming off.
Number 22,
See another look at this yellow card. Just some hard contact. A lot of the lower body getting taken out from under Hallier.
And not a lot of contact on the ball. I think that's kind of more of what you look at in that situation. And also, it was a promising opportunity to stifle what was a counterattack. Definitely going to be a yellow card in many people's books.
Michigan State sending it around the top. Rutgers whistled once again, this time against Ashley Barron. Now Michigan State, see on the replay, just a lot of contact. Barron coming in hard.
Kind of a pattern that we've seen with these fouls. Doesn't get any of the ball, gets a lot of the player.
And now 15 and 16 fouls respectively for Rutgers and Michigan State.
With 3 minutes on the clock here left in this game, there's not a lot of time to get offensive chances. So Michigan State looks at this free kick and they say, this could be one of our last of the game.
Najera and Watson standing over it. As you said, Phoenix, this may be one of their best opportunities. Najera with it. On frame and a huge save by Bodmer. That was a very well taken set piece by Najera.
Wow, unbelievable save right on the goal frame, but she is just able to tip it up and over, and Michigan State gets another corner kick.
So much pace on that shot from Najera, and now Watson will take the follow-up corner from the far side just 2 minutes ago. Toward the PK spot, glancing header. Can they get another chance at this? Illig turns the corner into the box. Across, the follow-up. Still in that Rutgers box. Michigan State not quite able to get the shot. And some controversy there. It looked, at least from all the way back here, to be off on Rutgers, but it is whistled for a goal kick. They will make another change. Riley McGlynn coming back on. She'll give Ashley Barron a break here at the end of the second half.
Yeah, clock stopped at 1:41, and these two teams with not much time left to turn things around and get this last potential goal opportunity before we hit extra time and golden goal rule.
Yep, as a reminder, if we end regulation tied, we will head to 2 10-minute periods, but the first goal wins in extra time. Rutgers with the goal kick. 90 seconds to go. Can either of these teams claim a result and avoid overtime? Hughes attempts the cross, but just not quite able to hit it. Rutgers with the goal kick. Just over 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, she just couldn't get her foot under the ball. Shanks it a little bit, and that cross, which was aiming for the 6-yard box, ends up going out for a goal kick.
Rutgers really taking their time, maybe
1 minute remaining.
holding for just
1 minute remaining
one
in the
last
second
dash
half.
downfield. Under a minute. Michigan State with the throw right around midfield. Watson will take it.
Get the ball in the box. Get the ball in the box.
It's off for a Rutgers throw.
Push up.
Just over 30 seconds to go.
Good. Come on, G. Come on, Busty. Come on, Shay. Hey!
This last little chunk, you see these players going all out for every ball.
Stop the clock.
And a big collision there as those players were going all out. Whistled against Michigan State. The clock is stopped at 18 seconds. Rutgers with likely one last set piece, just beyond half.
Go, Mason, 15 seconds.
Emily Mason, first team All Big Ten defender,
10,
all the way to the
9,
top of the box.
8,
Michigan
7,
State clears,
6,
5 seconds to
5,
go.
4, 3,
Michigan State
2,
clears it out of their own
1.
half. We tick down to 0, and this game is headed to extra time. Both teams battled so hard in that second half, but nothing to show for it on the score sheet, and so we will be headed to 2 10-minute overtime periods, during which any goal wins the game. Which team able to come up on top in overtime, or whether we head to penalty kicks? Michigan State will start things off.
Yeah, we have the buses in the background ready to go, but by all means, are these teams not ready to leave yet? We still got 20 more minutes, maybe even less, of soccer here in this Big Ten tournament quarterfinal.
The winner here today will head down to St. Louis because they will have booked their spot in the semifinal at City Park. They're hoping to join the winner of USC and Ohio State. They face off at noon on Monday. UCLA and Penn State face off at 3 p.m. on Monday. And still a game tonight for you all to join us on BTN+. Washington plays Iowa after this one. That one will kick off at 6:30. Bodmer resets for Rutgers.
Recognize, easy posting. Connected. Shayla Hole. Sid Hole.
Michigan State trying to work into the attack. They did such a good job possessing in the attacking half in the second half of this one. Now they'll have a throw on the far side.
Yeah, these first few minutes are really just trying to build into this period, build into what these tactics are for the opposing team, because overtime's a lot different than the second half, as we see our first offsides call, if I'm not mistaken, of the game.
It has not been a common occurrence today. Hughes is whistled there.
And yeah, there you go. Rutgers 0, Michigan State 0. That's the first offsides. Call me surprised with all the offensive pressure that we're having, but that just shows how collected and controlled these offensive attacks have been from both of these teams.
Yeah, even a very disciplined team will get whistled here and there just because of the timing of the pass. First offside call there. Whistle there against Rutgers. You can see the Iowa team going over to the Gopher practice field to get warmed up for their game against Washington. As we mentioned, that kickoff is at 6:30.
Buses are here. The opposing teams are here for the next game.
This is tournament play. So many high-quality squads in Minnesota for these first 6 games of the Big Ten tournament. Now with the West Coast additions, Minnesota is about as close to a centrally located location for a coast-to-coast conference like the Big Ten as you're going to get. A lot of contact there, eventually whistled against Rutgers, so Michigan State has a set piece right in front of their own bench. You see Hallier threw it in. A lot of contact, probably the arm on the shoulder, the tipping point on that one, or the continuous contact there on the ground too.
Yeah, another thing is that she got her leg locked in between the Rutgers player's two legs, and that kind of forced her down.
Into the box, excellent flick, but Bodmer is there.
Yeah, great flick by Wickus, and just unable to get enough power behind it to really challenge Bodmer with that shot.
Well played ball by McPherson to give the team the opportunity in the box, but now Rutgers has the throw. Hughes, far side. Trying to cut through multiple Rutgers defenders, not able to. Scarlet Knights not quite able to get into attack either. Tiernan, Rutgers star forward, already an assist on the day. Can she come up clutch for the Scarlet Knights? Gearman, free on Parks. And gets by the keeper, and Rutgers scores! They have won their game against Michigan State on a huge overtime goal. It will be reviewed. We have seen that called. But a huge, huge moment for Rutgers.
Great composure by Rutgers here. You can see the missed pass and the steal by Gearman. Time, she takes her spot, she avoids the defense, and then on cleanup, Ashley Barron is able to do it.
And it is ruled a goal. Rutgers has won. They are advancing to the Big Ten semifinal in St. Louis. What a moment for the Scarlet Knights.
Completely against the run of play that we have seen in this second half and this overtime. Rutgers had their chance and they took it. And now they're off to Indianapolis in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament.